This is the 3-point hypothesis with Professor Matahinguni. We say the uncomfortable, we predict the future, and we are always right, except when we are wrong. Today we will give a scorecard to the handshake 1 year down the road by answering the things that have bothered us this week. Welcome. Professor, what has been bothering you this week?
I have been bothered by a man called Kinoti. And I have said that in something I released. And my botherations are actually that Kinoti does not seem to add up to me. And the more he speaks to the public about his investigations, the more we begin to question the integrity of his process. Just on Friday, he told us that now I have moved from doing investigations in Nairobi on Rotich. I have sent them to the international people to check it. Now I'm beginning to wonder whether by telling us what he is doing and by telling us that there is a house where there is $40 million that have been withdrawn and has been put in there, whether he's actually telling the people whom he's investigating, guys, I'm coming for you, so you better start clearing your act. Because if today I say that you guys have stolen 40 million, and then I say that I'll be coming for you in 2 weeks, what will you do? You'll go and clear the 40 million and liquidate it. Yeah. So the question is, I am beginning to wonder. I wondered earlier in the week whether Kinoti is being prudent by telling us what he is investigating on. And I actually said he should stop investigating with his mouth open, and I still insist on that. Investigations should be very secret. But now I'm beginning to wonder if every move he is making, he is telling us what he will be doing. That now I'm going for the bank in Westlands very soon, and he's telling us I'm also going to London to tell the people in London to tell us who the companies are. Isn't he giving them forewarning?
It's very strange.
Now that has bothered me. It's bothered me because I don't know Kinoti, but I think that whatever he's doing and whoever is advising the president on this matter is being extremely pedestrian, and they need to revise that strategy.
If Kinoti is telling us that there's an account, then there must be an account, there's an account number, that's what he's telling us, then there must be an account name. And so why is he not telling us the name? Is the name Henry Rotich? And is that why he's very confident in how he's carrying out his investigation, particularly in questioning Henry Rotich in all those hours?
Because every account has a name.
Every account has a name.
So you cannot tell us I have the account number.
Yeah, so if you know the number,
tell us
you know
have
the
an account name.
Yeah.
So maybe he's doing go on a fishing expedition.
Absolutely. And I'd also thought, is he doing this inadvertently, this releasing information that would be a forewarning to the perpetrators, or is he dog whistling? Is he talking to people through addressing us?
So you think that this is the result of a handshake? Because you know what? If we had not done the handshake, Raila would have very eloquently asked these questions. Either him or the people around him would have asked the questions around the inconsistencies
yes,
of his investigation. Yeah? What bothered you this week?
I've been reflecting on the Building Bridges initiative, the handshake, and they're progressing more and more towards constitutional change. And I was wondering, will their recommendations breed a black swan moment? You know, in the sense that they will, I gather that they will give a recommendation that Kenya needs to move towards a parliamentary system of government.
So in your thinking, the Building Bridges initiative was probably put together for purposes of doing constitutional change. Then you were told that they have done it because they found some Is it crocodiles?
So it was a pretext.
It's a pretext.
In the Jordan, yes.
Yeah, they found crocodiles in Jordan. We have to put together a construction fund known as the Bridges Initiative to put this particular bridge over the River Jordan to guide us from the crocodiles. Is it a ploy? Originally, why I'm asking that is, did the two leaders sit together and say we need constitutional change?
How do we go about it?
Yes, we need to have a parliamentary system. How do we go about it? We do it by saying handshake, BBI, and this Building Bridges Initiative is completely under the water. We don't even know where they are located, what they are doing. We don't know if they are working, and then one day they'll surprise us, kaboom, this is what we have. Could it have been a ploy?
I think it was actually. I see it as a conspiracy by the political dynasties to continue perpetuating their stay in power. But that is not necessarily a bad thing for the country at this moment. My view.
I do not disagree.
But the question now is really bringing a rift in the Jubilee Party. You know, there's already a fallout between the deputy president and this strategy and the handshake, generally speaking.
So you've embraced one enemy and created another.
One.
That becomes a completely difficult situation. What about the this week?
Well, we're a year down into the handshake, and I think I'm still battling with, will this handshake be transformational? Are there things that are threatening this truce? Was it just symbolic? And I think we're yet to see that play out in the next couple of months or years.
Sometimes even days.
Oh yeah.
Even days.
Yeah, even days. 1 to 10, I probably.
How do you rate the handshake 1 year down the road?
I give it a 4 because it's good for country, and I think.
Why do you deny it a 6?
I denied a 6 because they're just not being clear. There's no unified vision. We don't know who's taking us to this place where we're trying to get to. Yeah. So I think if you're going to attempt to fix the system, then just tell us out front what we're trying to fix.
So you mean you're agreeing with Sudi when he told us that if Uhuru wants to tell us he's running, he wants to stay on if you tell us.
Yeah, and you see that could be the black swan. You might find that whatever changes are going to take place between now and then, have him staying on for longer.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 to 10?
I'm conflicted on this one. I'd give it a 5. And that's because the intention was noble, I think.
You think it has brought us peace?
Yeah, it has brought us peace. Absolutely.
Today we were looking at some figures, and we were being told by one of our colleagues that actually the only currency that has increased or that has gained against the US dollar in the whole continent of Africa is Kenya's currency.
Kenya shilling. Yes.
CNN told us not so long ago that Kenya by 2030 will become the biggest economy in Africa. How are these results of the 5 points that you have given to them? Or maybe we are exaggerating that.
No, I think so. I think we should.
Is it because of the leadership, or is it because of the hard-working nature of our own people?
The political climate has been a lot better. There's a lot of confidence right now, and the confidence is really what we've gotten from this BBI. But on the other hand, there's the creating a new theater of conflict with the deputy president. And that kind of jeopardizes, stability. So for me, the discomfort, we've got peace across the board amongst citizens, but the discomfort amongst the political elite right now is much higher.
Yeah.
But I think we can withstand that for now. So
1 to 10?
I'm going to give it a very solid 2.5.
Why did you deny it at 7.5?
Much as it was noble and all the things that you have said, it has built confidence in the international space. It has brought together people who were antagonized against each other before. It has brought on new tensions, and these tensions make the future very volatile. And this volatility is new because you have said before, this coming election is going to be very different from past elections, specifically because of the Kikuyu Nation, because they are cognizant of the fact that they will probably not be in leadership for another 30 years. So that discomfort then translates into a lot of political dirty tricks. And now the person who was considered to be front runner in the next election is alienated. There's people on the other side embracing, but on the other hand, somebody is being alienated, and that brings on what JM was calling a new theater of war.
Yeah, the theaters of play seem to be changing, and they seem to be shifting. I give it a grade on a scale of 1 to 10. I give the handshake a grade known as U. U is also known because I used to be a teacher also. U is known as ungradable. And I will ungrade it because, one, we don't know what it is about. I have read the 9 things they've said they want to do, but what I'm hearing the Building Bridges team doing on the ground is not what we were told they would do. This looks like they put together very cleverly and behind our backs something known as a committee of constitutional experts going around the country collecting views. And then these guys will one day come and surprise us and tell us that the results of the Building Bridges initiative, having gone around the whole country collecting views, are as follows. They have given us 9 things, but they will report on only one thing. We need a new constitution, and that new constitution, people around the whole country told us they want a parliamentary system. So we have said that we've been bothered by a number of things this week, but we need to proffer some solutions to the things that have bothered you. On my end, I think one of the things that government should do is run investigations quietly and then surprise us, having finished the investigations. That is one. Second thing I think Uhuru should do is that we have so many brilliant things happening in this country. I'm seeing roads happening in areas I never expected them to happen. And instead of the state feeding us with negative things about corruption, which only constitute 1% of what is happening in the country, I'll be so happy if Uhuru can give us conversations of the positive, reconstructive things that are happening in this country.
I think for the things that have bothered me, is a message of hope, basically. That progress for a country is never linear, it's messy. And never be so sure of what you want that you wouldn't take something better. So the Building Bridges initiative might be offering something better.
In politics, there's always at play chaos and equilibrium. Chaos is a state of instability, equilibrium is the reverse, a state of stability, right? And if you move towards chaos, then you also attract black swan moments. Those moments that are unpredictable, you don't see them coming, and they have profound consequences, bad consequences, on the state of stability in politics in the country. Uhuru side of the Jubilee Party, you should not aggress the Ruto side like there's no tomorrow.
I'd go back to Kinoti and say that while we support his undertakings or his endeavors in fighting corruption, I think he would best carry out his investigations silently and then come back and give us outcomes that are solid and decisive. That will even increase our confidence as regular Kenyans. As
we go to Easter, we must be reminded of the son of Elohim, the Almighty, Yeshua. On a Thursday, he's walking like this, and they're telling everybody, Hosanna, Hosanna. They're telling him, and they remove their clothes to say, Hosanna, Hosanna.
The son of David.
Yes, son of David stuff. And that's what we are doing with Kinoti. Kinoti is telling us, I have a thief who withdrew 4 billion. We want to catch him, and we are saying, Hosanna, Hosanna. Now very soon, a Friday will come. That is the day of crucifixion. So crucify him. And I will be saying, crucify him. So it is best that you don't play out some of these things in public. I think that's what you are saying.